War Eagle, War Rapport family. I'm your host, C-Dub. And today we discuss Auburn's come from behind victory against St. Louis on the road. We'll be breaking that down, giving our tools to the game, as well as discussing the player of the game. And guys, bowl season is upon us. SEC begins its bowl play soon, and we will give our predictions as to who's going to win and who's going to get an L. So, guys, stay tuned for that. But for now, sit back, get your weight up, because your weekend tailgate starts right now.
You are now listening to the War Rapport Weekend Tailgate, brought to you by University Ace Hardware. It's your boy, I Jones. Be Will, C-Dog, Mike G. Get ready, sit on back as we bring you the War Rapport Weekend Tailgate.
War Eagle, everyone. War Eagle, happy Sunday. Welcome to the latest and greatest weekend tailgate, brought to you by our friends at University Ace Hardware. For your hardware needs, always remember that Ace is the place for you. And if you happen to be in the Auburn area, please be sure to stop by 2101 East University Drive. Drop in and let them know that the War Rapport sent you. Also, we want to shout out those of you who are in our communities watching live and on replay. Please be sure to do us a favor and share this video on social media. Please use hashtag Get Your Weight Up, whether you're on Facebook or Twitter. Help people find us and help us to grow our ever-growing community. Now, Mike G, something that people need to become. What is it at?
Hey, listen, for everybody who joined us on a random Saturday, you guys know the deal. Become an insider. We're bringing you guys even more content. So just because there are no more games on the weekend does not mean we're going to lessen the volume of content that we're bringing at you. We're just going to diversify and bring you guys even better content. So it's basketball season. We went live intentionally before the basketball game. And to talk about breaking news, Austin Davis has officially been announced by the university as the next offensive coordinator at Auburn University. If you want us to be able to continue to bring you these random lives and keep the community going, become an insider. This is the best way to support our content. It's a low financial monthly commitment that helps us make more time for you. So we appreciate everybody who's joined our community recently. We're partnered with the Lee County Humane Society to raise money for a good cause. This is the good that we've chosen to put back into the world. Help us help them. You can find the link to this fundraiser in the About section of our YouTube channel. 50 cents on every dollar goes to the Lee County Humane Society to help them in their mission to hashtag save all the puppies, which is what we're trying to do at the War Rapport every single day. Listen, you guys know the deal. It's giveaway time. Every live stream means giveaway. So hashtag Get Your Weight Up. This is sponsored by GWT2 Energy Consulting Services. That's our guy, Walt Taylor, for all your consulting needs. Visit GWT2Energy.com. And we're giving away a Lobtown t-shirt. It's basketball season. Let's go. The Tigers pulled out an amazing comeback victory last night. It was thrilling. It was everything I needed on a Saturday night. I'm going to celebrate by buying one of these hoodies. You should too. Get your Lobtown hoodie. Or try to win one. Hashtag Get Your Weight Up in the comments. We're going to pull at the 1 hour mark. Make sure you get spelling up, because if you don't, it won't count. If you don't win, you can just buy one and support us. So www.thewarrapport.com will take you to our merch store. You can also find the link in the About section of our YouTube channel. Visit our merch store to buy your War Rapport hoodie. And also, this afternoon, we're giving away tickets to the Birmingham Bowl. This is our third set of tickets that we're giving away to the B-Ham Bowl, and we won't be done after this. So stick around at the end of the live stream. You got to be around to win. We are giving away tickets to the Birmingham Bowl as a thank you for all of you who continue to join us live every weekend. And that's about it. That's what I got. No, wait. Time out. Shout out to BUSR. Support us by supporting our sponsors, busr.com/rapport. Use promo code THANKS21 for a holiday promo. Get some free cash to play with on BUSR. It's bowl season. There's lots to bet on. I know what I'm betting on this holiday season, but get your bet on at busr.com.
Care to share, or is you keeping that close to the vest?
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to what I am betting on. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, well,
We're
these
gonna-
predictions. Okay,
yeah,
I hear
we're
you.
gonna get
I
to
hear
what I'm
you.
betting on.
A little bit of a preview. I like
Mhm.
that. Usually during the season, we kind of start with like little casual pleasantries. How are we feeling about yesterday's game and so on? But we haven't been playing a lot of football. We'll get into basketball in a minute. But I do want to cover, since we've already discussed Austin Davis being announced as the OC, you guys definitely want to check out yesterday's live for our thoughts on that hire. But what we didn't get a chance to really talk about was that Amari Harvey, who was part of the 2021 class, he was a safety out of Tallahassee, Florida, attended Florida State University, and was someone that showed a lot of promise, or we had some high hopes for in terms of our secondary for the future. Announced that through Twitter that he was entering the transfer portal. Ike, you wasn't on with us yesterday. I know that may have been someone that you was kind of high on, or someone that you was looking forward to kind of seeing in an Auburn uniform, playing in our secondary, being productive. What are your thoughts on this? And does it kind of signal just kind of like what we saw a year ago with guys heading out, where they stand with this current coaching staff?
I thought it was interesting. I figured, even with the guys that we got in the JUCO, ranks, and then even some of the recruits that we have coming in the defensive backfield, I thought he had a good opportunity to get out there and really get some playing time. With Tennyson transferring already, we don't know what the situation is with Smoke Monday. So I just thought, hey, and to be frank, Knighton hasn't played particularly well. Roe Torrance wasn't really heavily featured in the rotation last year. So I thought he had a chance, McCreary's going to be gone. He had an opportunity. Pritchett, didn't play well in stretches. Simpson had some game stretches where he didn't play well. I thought he was going to have a chance to get out there and show what he could do. But, maybe he just didn't feel like he had an opportunity to crack the rotation in the way that he felt was meaningful, or he saw a situation out there somewhere else. I don't think he's announced a place that he's going at, but a situation somewhere else where he felt like was more beneficial for his career going forward. I do think that, we have some high hopes for the guys that we do have coming back in the defensive backfield, some of them playing a second year now in this system, and then with some new guys that apparently fit this system fairly well, or what our defensive back coaches and Coach Mason want to do. Best of luck to him and wherever he decides to go next. But I did think that was a bit surprising, because I did think next year was going to be a good year for him to get out there and get some real significant time.
B. Will, Mike G, you got any thoughts on Amari Harvey?
This is transfer portal madness, it feels like right now. This is the new reality of college football. Fans need to get used to it. This is going to be what every offseason is going to feel like here. Kids are going to make decisions what they feel like are in their own best interest. If I'm a Amari Harvey, I'm looking at all the guys these guys brought in the portal, in the defensive backfield, and I'm like,
these weren't portal signings; these were JUCO signings, which is not quite the portal, but
yeah. Sorry, but they brought in a lot. Right? And I'm thinking the portal is my way out. So I think it's just a new reality of college football. Kids are going to transfer. You have to stockpile talent. You can never have a much friend. Fans cannot freak out about kids jumping in the portal.
Right.
We heard that, like, it seems like everybody's leaving, not realizing that, relatively speaking, we have less than a lot of other schools transferring out. So, I think we are holding on to every viable quarterback we have through this portal madness, which a lot of schools cannot say the same. Right. So, you think about it that way. There are QBs transferring all over the place. There's a wealth of talent in college football, and, kids deserve the chance to go someplace where they have a chance to play. Being a good teammate should not have to mean sacrificing a chance at a career because the guy in front of you is perceived to be better than you. There's enough college football to go around for everybody to get some shine, I feel like. So good luck to him. I wish him well at his next stop. And I hope that this decision is the right one for him.
Well said. Any thoughts before we move on, B?
I think it's great for him, for the players. you've got options. What used to happen is guys would just be rotting on the bench for 3 years and have to graduate before they could go and make a move. But now you can get on tape a lot sooner, and it feels like, oh my goodness, why are so many people leaving our program? But of the roughly, is it 6 or 7 people that have gotten the portal so far?
I think we're probably right at 7. I think.
I'd say 5 of them would have been fighting for second string reps. The way it's looking in the upcoming season, based on who played last year, and what we didn't hear about, based on who played last year, and also what they're bringing in so far in the signing class. There's just, you got to find room for yourself, and I'm glad that they have the opportunity to do it. Wish them the best. Again, I'm with Ike in the sense that when we get a guy, and I want to see everybody that chooses Auburn, I want to see them get a chance to play and show what they can do here, even if it's not great. I mean, like I said, we had some DBs that got burned semi-consistency last year, but you know what? That the beauty of that is you can come back and play, and you can get better here. And I don't think there's a better story for anybody who comes here than I got on the field. It was rough. I got better, and then I got to go find success on the next level. I would love that for all the guys who come here, but I understand that the coaches need to keep the deck stacked as high as they can. And if there's somebody who they think can contribute more meaningfully immediately, I understand why they do that. And that's why I'm glad that kids have an out now to get out and go find somewhere they can do that as well. So just wish them the best.
Before we move on, for the record, for everybody watching, because we love to bring you information, transferring out is Bo Nix, Sean Shivers. These are portals. Tashawn Manning to Kentucky, Ladarius Tennyson to Ole Miss, Elijah Canyon to Purdue, Caleb Johnson. I'm not sure if he's picked a spot yet. And Amari Harvey.
So
7 Shivers already.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7.
Okay. So we were right at 7. Appreciate that. And Shivers is at Indiana.
Yeah. What's interesting to me, well, not necessarily interesting, but I think what's odd and makes me feel a little bit better about most of the transfers we've had from the last couple of years, most of them absent of Malik Willis to Liberty, they don't do anything when they go to these other schools either. Like, who has made a big splash that transferred out of Auburn to go to another program, right? So it's almost like, did we really lose a lot? You know, like, I wish him the best, but like, who's out there really balling?
Malik. Yeah, to your point, Malik Willis is the one that hurts. Yeah, that's the one that really stings.
Like, the only thing about the Malik Willis situation is, like, though he went to Liberty and played well, I don't know that he would have ever realized that at Auburn. Like, would he have ever even gotten an opportunity to play?
I think by his own, that part, and by his own admission, I think his motivation wasn't there, I guess, once it was decided for him who was going to be the QB1. Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know why y'all mentioning some of these names in the chat right now. I don't even know what y'all are doing right now.
Dan probably ball out of Purdue.
Philip Coleman, this is what I think too. I think if any of the ones who's
the quarterback at Purdue, who's going to be throwing him the ball?
Okay, so here's the thing. Purdue and Indiana both have been scooping up a lot of the SEC transfer talent. Like,
aren't you so messy?
A whole lot of it. And if there's any way, I hear what you're saying. Hear what you're saying. I don't think Brahms is it. No, that's a QB coach, isn't there? A QB? I don't know.
Aiden O'Connell.
I thought Brahms was the head coach.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was reading a headline. Aiden O'Connell.
I've never heard of him. Okay.
So what they're doing, what those schools are doing is something really good. There's not as much talent in the Midwest as there is in the Southeast or in California, right? So what they do is they say, you know what? You guys couldn't find a spot. Your SEC schools didn't want you. We want you. Come here, contribute, get on the big stage. We guarantee you're going to play a combination of Ohio State, and Michigan State, and Penn State. We got 3 or 4 big games for you every year. Come on down. We're going to make some noise. Because Purdue actually played relatively better for them last year. So if they keep this going, that's how, what's his name? Didn't Bowden, Bobby Bowden, how he built Florida State, he got a bunch of people that at the time it was getting black players because black players weren't being recruited as heavily by major universities. And he was like, listen, we're going to just go and play people. We're going to play the big boys with people who they didn't want you. I want you. Now let's go and make some noise. There's room for that in the Big Ten because they have their same kind of elite power structure like we do. And the only way to make some noise is get some guys you wouldn't ordinarily be able to get. So this is a great chance for them to do it.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think King is supremely talented, but somebody still got to throw him the ball.
Yeah, this somebody Anthony Grant says Byron Cowart produced more at Maryland.
More is relative.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing. He did almost nothing at Auburn. So
yeah, right. Yeah,
right.
so like more is like and then relative to the talent that he was playing with and against. I mean, he still found his way to the NFL.
Yeah,
which tells me that I think that was more of an Auburn issue than anything. I mean, this kid was the #1 overall player in his recruiting class, not at his position overall.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't know. To me, if you get a #1 overall, he should not bust. Not at college football. He should not bust. So, there was some talk about Rodney Garner's kind of one-size-fits-all style of coaching.
Yeah.
That, Ike has talked about it, that maybe Cowart didn't take to, and, he flamed out here. But I was really disappointed about that. I remember watching Gus and T-Will and a bunch of other people high-fiving each other when we got Cowart.
You know what was interesting about that video when they celebrated when he announced? Will Muschamp, who was his primary recruiter, who was really who he was coming here to play for. Because he had done the little Dante Fowler thing with the Chucky doll and all that. So he was coming here for Muschamp. Everybody's high five, and this is Will Muschamp. He didn't even move. Does he know something about this guy that we didn't know, or does he just not care because he's not going to be here that long to coach?
He did not flinch at all. So I don't know. Like to Ike's point, I think he's right. Not a bunch of these kids have transferred out. Like, if you're Texas A&M and Calzada is transferring, that's a hell of a lot of experience that just transferred out. That's a lot of experience that walked out the door this year. Because for guy
Calzada.
Yeah, that's a lot of experience relative to what you have left in your room.
I mean, the guy who was going to be the starter is still there.
Right.
He's not.
He has played none.
Is he back, or is he still?
Yeah, he's not going to be back for the bowl game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about experience though. He barely played. So the guy who took all the snaps for you left.
Go ahead.
To me, that's a transfer that might potentially burn if King doesn't work out. We haven't had any of those transfers just yet. I mean, Bo Nix might be our first.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying that Calzada was so great for them. I'm just saying in terms of experience that they have left on their roster, that was a lot of experience that left.
Well, my contention is a lot. Like, he played the majority of the games for a season, but
relative to them though, for them, that was a lot, right? Because
9 stars, right?
Right. And the guy before went to the NFL, and the guy you chose was hurt. So, if King doesn't pan out, you no longer have a guy that has taken snaps in your system that can step in. That may potentially be, I'm not saying it will, maybe potentially be a transfer that stings a little in hindsight, especially if he goes someplace else and flourishes. Right? Bo Nix will be the first of that possibly for us.
Yeah.
We have not had a transfer like that yet. So it'll be interesting to see how he does, and then how the fan base looks at it.
I mean, on defensive line, Newkirk had a lot of snaps, and so did
that's true.
What's the other kid that went over there to Florida with him?
Truesdale.
Yeah, those two had a lot of snaps but they played for Florida, but is anybody sitting there thinking Florida's defensive line is monstrous because they have Truesdale and Newkirk?
Our line was better, but to your point, Mike, they got a better quarterback than Haynes King or Calzada.
I forgot. Yeah, so that came in. So a lot of experience came in as well too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So no, that's a great point.
That's scary.
I'm sweating about that one. I ain't gonna lie.
That's scary.
I've been high on Max Johnson. I've been high on Max
That's
Johnson.
scary.
You're way higher on Max Johnson than I am.
I think he's a good quarterback.
But I think before we move on, guys, because we got to
for him to be with Jimbo.
We got to talk. Right. That's my whole point, is that I think Jimbo knows how to use him better than LSU did. So I think that's what makes him scary, in my opinion.
High floor.
Guys, let's talk about basketball. Let's take a trip to the hardwood and discuss what happened yesterday.
Woo!
Auburn was down as much as 13 points middle of the second half on the road against St. Louis and came from behind, walked them down slowly and overtook them and ended up winning by 2 scores, 74-70. You guys have voted. You guys have decided who the player of the game was, and to me, it was kind of obvious. This guy waited to finally have his big moment in a big game. And
let's go. Yeah,
Walker,
big sexy.
One board away from a double-double, man.
Well, Walker Kessler had 19 points, 9 boards, 4 blocks. Again, he continues to be a rim protector, man, down in the paint. And just continues to just changes what offenses or teams wants to do in the paint and how they try to score. Like we've seen guys turn the ball over because they felt Walker Kessler was nearby and he wasn't even close. And so they either would just pass the ball out into the perimeter or just turn the ball over because they thought he was coming. He had an assist, a steal, and play. He had the most minutes of any Auburn player, obviously, because he was very productive in this game. I saw something, and we can kind of talk about this when we get into our tools of the game, but talk about just how important it was for him to show up in this moment and being able to be a presence in the paint, both on offense and defense, Ike.
Yeah, I mean, Walker Kessler early in the season, I think he was trying to figure out where he fit offensively specifically. And I think that they found it, right? Like he's going to be a screen and roll guy, right? Like Auburn has done a lot of screen and pop game with our, the stretch 4 position, but he's a screen and roll guy. And then what he's able to do is run the floor really well and just make himself available. We're not a team that just throws it down to the post and lets him go to work. But he showed some good footwork down there. He still needs to work on finishing a couple of times, but man, when he's diving to the rim, that lob game was looking real serious down the stretch. Lob Town, man, I'm telling you, bro, like they love throwing it over the top, man, and having the lob game working.
Does it seem like we figured out how to utilize him with the high pick and roll? Because it seems like that was how we got back into the game. Absolutely. Taking advantage of that because it looked like the game they was about to run away with it, and then we figured something out.
That's essentially what both Kessler and Bruce Pearl said in the post game presser was that they just went to the screen and roll over and over and over again, and St. Louis didn't have an answer for it, so they just kept running it.
Now he made a comment that they ran this set against St. Louis a few years ago. They went back to it, and that these guys executed it even better. Than they did then. So I was excited for Walker Kessler. I have a question. When was the last time Auburn had a seriously dominating inside presence? Who would that player be?
Oh gosh,
there's a kid in my head that I'm thinking of. I can't I
don't know.
He was big. Time. He was a big kid. It was on our Final 14.
Wiley was big, but he wasn't.
There was another guy. Chat, help me out. You guys are so awesome.
Rob Chubb?
No. If you say his name, I mean he was kind of a beast down low. But like we had some, just not having having a player down there like Kessler who is just Spencer.
Oh, he wasn't that big.
Well, he was just a big body. He was a big body.
He was a 4 playing a 5. Really?
Yeah, right. But to my point, right? Like, when was the last time we had a player with this kind of presence down there in the paint? I thought it was exciting to watch him. I mean, we got out rebounded badly in this game. To be able to come back and just have a guy out there who can get crucial blocks, high IQ, high basketball IQ at the end of the game, down 2, right? He fouled his man in a way that he could not get that shot up. And then sent a 70% free throw shooter to the free throw line to make 2 to tie. And he flubbed both. But I can't tell you how many times I've seen at the end of the game, guys weak foul, and then the offensive player still gets the shot up and then makes a miracle shot. Right? But I just saw, he just made sure that there was no chance he was going to make that shot.
Yeah.
You're gonna go earn it at the free throw line. So I really like Walker Kessler. I think he's a smart player. And it was fun watching him last night.
Yeah, I like the game that he played last night. Early in the season, like I said, it seemed like he really didn't know where he fit. But last night, there weren't a lot of shots that went up anywhere close to the rim that Walker Kessler wasn't close to either contesting or blocking. Like they said only 4 block shots, but the number of shots he changed or altered in the paint,
that's just as good as a block.
4. Yeah, he was a presence in the lane that had to be dealt with. And our shot blocking has been good all season, but yeah, Kessler has just been he's got good timing on it. And he's just got, he's 7'1", so of course his length is just something you have to deal with when going down there. So I like what he's turning into for this offense and allowing us to have more. I like what they were doing. I'm gonna probably try to do some breakdowns on what they were doing in that pick and roll set coming up here because I liked what they did, not just with the pick and roll, but the off-ball action that you're going to see from it was really good. So college basketball, or just basketball in general, you just don't see people running sets often, but you can tell this wasn't playground basketball. Like they actually had sets, some off-the-ball stuff that they were doing that wasn't just, a 2-man game. Like it was really like a 4 or 5-man offense that ran out of a pick and roll set at the top. So I liked it.
Right. Listen, guys, let's break down this game a little bit further. Let's bring back something we was doing during the football season, and that's our tools to the game.
The University Ace Hardware. Tools to the game.
All right. So my University Ace Hardware tools to the game was pretty much the pick and roll. I mean, to me, that's what I was going to save to now. But to me, that became the turning point because Auburn, St. Louis, again, another type of scrappy team, very scrappy team. And they was D'ing up on Jabari. They was kind of taking him out of his game. You could see the frustration in him from the first time this season because a lot of things was coming easy to him. A lot of his points came in the first half. They start going to that screen and roll, that pick and roll, and got Kessler involved. And to me, I think that's why I like this team so much is Auburn can shoot from outside. They got perimeter shooters. Wendell Green, he can shoot the rock really well. You got KD who just plays downhill. He's just, he's going to go to the basket. But once you're able to stop Auburn from the perimeter standpoint, Auburn had an inside guy that they could rely on in Walker Kessler, and that's when he shined. And I think getting him involved, and because he's so mobile, because we saw him out there defending the perimeter, stealing passes, jumping into passing lanes. This is a mobile 7-footer that you can get involved in the screen and roll. So I'd be curious to see how much we build upon that moving forward, especially when the perimeter game isn't happening or they're D'ing up on Jabari. Or locking him down. So to me, that was a big factor of this game. I'll start with you, Mike. What's your University Ace Hardware tool to the game?
My University Ace Hardware tool to the game is KD Johnson. Listen, he had a terrible shooting night.
He did.
Awful. He was terrible. But
he was erratic.
Something about a guy who, when the game is on the line and you had a terrible night, says, "Give me the ball, fam, and get out of the way." And then he drove all the way through the lane and hit a fall away off the backboard. Baker, what? I was like, holy crap.
That was a big shot.
KD he has absolutely no conscience whatsoever. He's like, okay, I've missed 15 shots.
Yeah, no matter.
16 is going
in. Dude, I keep saying it. I feel like I'm watching Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, dude.
Universe.
High energy, high motor, just supremely confident. I mean, KD Johnson, he does not care about your couch. F your couch. He doesn't care what you did last summer. KD Johnson is here to take your lunch money. I love it. This kid is so much fun to watch. And you know what? I questioned if he was a little too all over the place earlier this season. And I calmly explained to me, he was like, listen, man, he's a high energy guy. This is what he does. This is what he brings to the table. And the more I watch him, the more I love his game. Yeah, I love his attitude.
Tenacity, man.
And he may not be scoring, but he brings something to the court that not a lot of players do. This team has an attitude. They are supremely confident. in their ability to be able to pull off anything. And KD Johnson is a big part of that. So he's my tool to the game.
He's kind of like having a Bruce Pearl on the court with you guys. So, I mean, so it's good to see him. And he shows up at the right time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he did it against UConn. Like he just lifted the team. So
guys, that shot was cold. That shot was cold. I rewatched it.
Yeah.
I rewatched it. And it was funny. I posted the highlights last night because I messed up the recording of the game. I thought I had set the recording so that it wouldn't capture any of my mic audio while I was recording, but I was playing Call of Duty while the game was on. And all you heard was, "Damn it, I hate this game!" Like right when he was shooting the ball. All right, so we couldn't use my recording. It would have been an interesting post. But I was rewatching and listening to myself curse at a video game like a 10-year-old. I rewatched that play multiple times, and I'm telling you, the high degree of difficulty to pull off that shot when your momentum is taking you completely away from the basket. You are slanted at an angle, and the body control and the concentration that it takes to make a shot like that in crunch time, you could tell that's something that he's done in practice. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos of NBA players who practice making shots with people pulling on them with bands and the game is sometimes can be physical, and being able to control your body and shoot the ball with form and precision is difficult. And now they're practicing that. It used to be only a few players naturally had that ability. Now it's something that's actually being practiced. And that's what I thought when I saw that shot. I was like, man, that looks like something he's done in practice on his teammates.
Right.
Just like I do this in practice all the time. Bloop, bloop. Game time. Give me the ball. Loved it. KD Johnson. Let's go.
Ike, I'm gonna jump to you. Blake's World wants to know, when's your next concert before you give your University Ace Hardware tool to the game, and the eyes say it all. So go ahead and give us your university.
Yeah, I have not put any shows on the schedule for a minute. Well, this ain't me talking about. Well, you asked, so I guess I can't talk about music. But I have some new music that I'm working on. So once I get it finished, then I'll start trying to put some shows together. So I'll make sure I put that out on the social media and all that. So yeah. Anyway, University Ace Hardware tool to the game. For me, it's just versatility. I like the fact that Jabari doesn't have like this stellar game, and we still can pull out a road win, right? Like Wendell Green has been,
man.
He's been tough to guard, man. I mean, he's pulling up from 30 feet. Like, what do you go do against that? And he's doing it with confidence, right? Like, he's not guessing about it. He's just pulling it. He's pulling the trigger, and he's knocking him down.
And low key, he got some nasty handles. Like that pass to the corner to Berman.
So speaking of like just the pick and roll game, right? Like he was the guard that was involved in a lot of that, and his facilitation out of that, making the right decisions on that pick and roll action was amazing. Zeb Jasper is right now our best defensive guard, but he's starting to find his offensive game. So he had some really key buckets during transitional stretches where we weren't scoring really well. I mean, it's just the team can score in so many different ways. I like the fact that it's not Jabari or bust, right? Like KD Johnson's going to have an outstanding game. He's going to carry you offensively every now and then. Wendell Green's going to have an outstanding game. He's going to carry you offensively. This game, Walker Kessler is going to score 19, right? Like, and so it's not just if this guy's not scoring, we can't get buckets. Like, no, all right, cool.
Right.
They're going to clamp down on Jabari. Fine. We're going to keep him off the ball, and he's going to work off the ball. And if you leave him, like there was one
like they did on the side, and he hit that three.
If you leave him, he can spot up and shoot it. That's fine. He doesn't have to be an on the ball guy, or he demands so much attention that the two guys run out to him and they throw it to Walker Kessler for a wide open dunk. Yeah. So it's like we can find multiple ways, very versatile ways to be able to score buckets, and the guard play has been outstanding. So I like the versatility that we're able to show.
Yeah, man.
B, what you got?
My University Ace Hardware tool to the game. I thought about that run when we made that run to get back in the game after being down double digits. It was really timely defensive stops, man. Anytime you have a run like that, you're gonna have to get some stops without the other team scoring. And the defense Kessler plays, KD is a pest on defense. Jasper's a pest on defense. We weren't being overly aggressive or too handsy. Like, we were just defending very well. We stripped the ball a couple times, got a couple just good contests and rebounds, and the maturity of this team. And I guess it's really a part of getting so many transfers in. That's really what it is. Like we said, KD didn't have a great game, but when we needed that bucket, the guy got us the bucket, man. Like, I don't know what more you can ask for. Like, that's something that a first-year player usually doesn't have, even if he's a very good player, is, hey, man, you've been having a rough night. And when it comes down to stretching the balls in your hands, you're going to pass it, you're going to defer, or you're going to shoot it without much confidence. And you don't make that shot. But somebody with that type of maturity, and that also is affected by if the refs have been calling aggressive defense as fouls. If that has been happening, now your hands are kind of in your pockets because you don't want to hurt your team by playing too aggressive defense. But the thing I love about Bruce, and these are Bruce teams, we're going to defend like that no matter what. Sometimes the refs are going to call it, and we're going to put the other team at the line. Like, they had, I think, 9 more shots than us at the free throw line, maybe more. We both shot around the same percentage. I think we shot 60%.
That's correct.
They shot
that's correct.
Yeah. So, but that style of defense has to be who we are. And that's a lot easier to implement if all of your guys are mentally mature enough to know everything's not going to go our way all the time. This is how we play defense, though, dudes. Every time. And we did it at the most crucial times when we were looking like we were out of the game completely. We played that defense. It got us down there. And if there was any player if it wasn't Walker Kessler, Wendell Green would have been my player of the game. Because that pick and roll doesn't happen without him. Now, Kessler, what he does defensively, nobody else can do it, which, knock on wood that Kessler stays healthy. But what we did down the stretch on offense with that pick and roll, when we went down there and we needed something, having an experienced, I was about to say quarterback because it's essentially what he is, having an experienced point guard that knows how to handle, knows when to defer, knows how to get that pass to the right person in the corner or at the line. That is so essential. And again, we have filled some very important spots in the transfer portal, but that defense down the stretch, that was my key. I just wanted to praise them a little bit for the maturity, but the defensive stops down the stretch makes all of that possible. So that's my key.
How pleasant a surprise is Berman?
Yeah, man.
I know, right?
Like, having a guy who could just come off the bench and just nail a few threes, big threes.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gonna be super interesting. Like, again, I said this last time, man. When Flanagan gets back,
are we the deepest team in the SEC
when he gets back?
I'll be fair. I haven't watched much of the other SEC teams play, so I don't know.
Then the answer is yes.
About that.
Yes. If you don't know, the answer is yes. We're the coldest.
But man, it's going to be
coldest
interesting
is
to
at
see.
Nebraska, man. He had Nebraska.
Is that where he transferred to, Nebraska?
Dakota's Crawford. No, he signed there. He was coming out of high school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was initially a LSU commit.
Yes. Get committed from LSU. And in case you missed it, there is a guy whose legal name is the coldest, middle name to ever do it, last name Crawford.
Is his middle name really to ever do it? Or was that just
yes, it actually is. It actually is.
The coldest to ever do it, Crawford. Like, bro, you got to be good at something with a name like that.
If he's not amazing though, like that's
if you just kind of good, they're not gonna let you live that down.
Man, folks gonna be on the court or on the field talking hella trash to you. You got the coldest to ever do it. You better be killing folks out there.
Coldest, you kind of warm, man.
Yeah, can't be lukewarm out there.
You room temperature, the coldest.
But yeah, it's gonna be super interesting to see kind of how the rotations when Flanagan gets back, man. I think as much of a highlight reel as Devin Cambridge can be, I just don't know how he retains a lot of his minutes as the off guard. And Berman's the other guy that I think is just gonna, his minutes are not gonna be there as much. Because I don't KD Johnson has earned his minutes. Wendell Green's earned his minutes. Zeb Jasper's earned his minutes. And not to say the other guys haven't earned them, but I'm just saying that off guard, is one.
Could you do small ball?
I mean, they might go small ball, right, and put him at the 3, but it's just gonna be interesting. Like, then this team is gonna be like, talk about like running. Like, imagine a lineup, if you will, of Wendell Green at the 1. KD Johnson at the 2, Alan Flanagan at the 3,
Dirty.
and then you put maybe
Jabari.
Williams at the 4 and Jabari at the 5.
Cold.
And you playing like seriously up tempo small ball where it's like we're
Nasty.
just gonna be going pace the entire time, right?
See the guy's nasty face on.
Yeah, that like that could be crazy. That could be crazy. Like if you have the right matchup and you're playing, that's that, freaking Golden State Warriors type of, up and down the court type of situation, man. It could be nasty.
Man, I can't wait to see this team in March. It's gonna be fun.
Jazzy Joe, it's always good to see you, sir. War Eagle, y'all, what a win. Incredible win. All these smiles. God, I love Pearl.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what Pearl does for us, man. He makes us smile. So listen, guys, if you let us know your thoughts about this game. If you're watching live or on replay, we want to hear from you, man. What was your tool to the game? What was the key to turn this game around for Auburn and it has us now sitting at 10-1? Let us know for sure. We want to, guys, if you're engaging, if you're in the comments, we want to thank you guys for watching live with us and commenting, interacting with our amazing community. We thank each and every one of you. But if you're just so happy to be watching, get the thumbs up, guys. Like this video. If you've been watching 40 minutes in, you like something. So be sure to like this video. Help us with our engagement. We appreciate that a ton. We're going to pause right now to acknowledge the sponsors of the War Rapport.
The War Rapport's Weekend Tailgate Show is brought to you by our generous sponsors. University Ace Hardware, located at 2101 East University Drive in Auburn, Alabama, right across the street from the Auburn Mall and next to the movie theater. For all of your hardware needs, Ace is the place. Our betting partner, BUSR. Bet with confidence at busr.com/report. auburnsports.com. For news and notes on all things Auburn sports, head over to auburnsports.com. And our giveaway sponsor, GWT2 Energy. If you want the best in the business at restaurant logistics, check out our friends at GWT2energy.com.
Hey, listen, become an insider. This is a great thing to do. It's a great way to support our content. $5.99, small financial monthly commitment will help us be able to continue to grow. Guys, we have over 5,500 subscribers to the War Rapport. We're growing. We're about to hit 6,000. We are currently the largest independent YouTube channel that makes Auburn content on YouTube. So we're going to continue to grow on the march to 10,000. We're going to find them. Nobody's ever done it. No independent content creator has ever come close to 10,000 subscribers. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it before next season. So tell your friends, tell your family. The portion of you that become insiders definitely help us to be able to continue to grow so that we can produce more content for people who will eventually subscribe to our channel. So spread the word, become an insider, help us grow. We're partnered with the Lee County Humane Society to do some good in the world. 50 cents on every dollar that you donate goes to Lee County Humane Society to help them in their mission to #save all the puppies. So please visit this link in the About section of our YouTube channel and donate. We appreciate everybody who goes there. We're giving away a Lobtown hoodie. Guys, I went outside to walk my dog this morning, and it's cold. So it's hoodie season. It's hoodie and coat season. So get your Lobtown hoodie. This is high quality stuff. This is not cheap stuff that we're giving away here. This is high quality merch. So this is brought to you by GWT2 Energy Consulting Services. That's our guy Walt Taylor in the comments. I see him today. # get your weight up in the comment section, in the live comments to enter. Make sure you spell that right so that the giveaway filter catches that. And then we're going to draw at the 1 hour mark. We are on podcast, so visit us on podcast. Our Wednesday night War Room is currently on podcast. We appreciate everybody who's going to go over there and subscribe and download and leave us a 5-star review so we can continue to grow that segment. Podcast is a little bit more car friendly and activity friendly than YouTube. On the mobile, it's hard to run YouTube in the background. I know a lot of you have asked for this, so we're putting our shows on podcast. We're bringing you even more on podcast in 2022. Again, shout out to our title sponsor, University Ace Hardware. They've been a great sponsor for us this season, so we really appreciate them. Go visit them over at 2101 East University Drive in Auburn, Alabama, over by the movie theater. BUSR.com. busr.com/rapport. This is our betting sponsor. Go there, use promo code Thanks21. Sign up, get your bet on. It is bowl season. Can't wait to do these bowl picks. So promo code Thanks21 to get into that. And for our bowl game, we're giving away tickets today. So after we draw for the hoodie, we're going to draw for some bowl game tickets for everybody who has faithfully joined us again here on a Sunday afternoon. We have some things coming. We had a basketball game last night, guys. We have a commitment happening today, hopefully.
Mba.
So Thanos himself he's coming with his Infinity Gauntlet to rule the SEC. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully sign with us, please. If you're watching, please sign with us. And we can continue to stack the deck here in recruiting. Recruiting's not over. It is not over. Our traditional signing day is in February. There are some kids who have decided to hold out until then to make their commitment. And, Auburn is in the running for a few of those kids. So this staff still has work to do with recruiting. It's going to be fun. Stick with the War Rapport. We're going to be covering it all.
Indeed. Even bringing some experts to give you their opinions about where we stand as well. So you definitely want to hang around for that. Guys, it's time to talk about bowls. And just to let you guys know, we're not going to predict Auburn today. And if you've watched our previous shows, we typically do the other games, and Auburn's in a completely different segment. Well, as we get closer to the bowl game, perhaps maybe a week from today, we'll probably do a breakdown of the Birmingham Bowl more in depth and then give our predictions there. But for now, we're going to cover the other games that starts this week. Now, we don't have the scorecard, but as it stands, me and B are tied. Mike G is coming behind us, and Ike's there. Ike's around.
Yeah. Yeah, I made picks.
I don't care nothing about it. That was his official stance about the picks. I don't care nothing about it.
No, he didn't care about the conference championships.
Yeah, conference championships. I had no interest whatsoever. In those games.
Yeah. So I think he got some interest now. So we'll see. We'll see. Well,
hey,
he's
what is
ruled
this?
conference championships.
What is this? Come on, let's go.
I didn't.
We win the
them.
next game. I will put the War Rapport.
Yes.
That's big advertising, man.
Yeah, let us know how we can help you.
Hey,
yeah, for sure.
Coming through. I know he said it before, and somebody else
and take pictures too. Take pictures too. So
now
we got a homer out for the Birmingham Bowl, which I was planning on doing anyway.
Certainly.
But okay, all right. Appreciate that, Jazzy. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. Let's talk.
We're only
about
doing
this.
SEC bowls, by the way, not like every bowl.
Correct. Correct. We're not doing every bowl, which is just the SEC bowl. Starting with Mizzou and Army. There's your line, ladies and gentlemen. And Football Power Index gives Army a slight edge, like 0.9% more of an edge to win this game. Pretty even. I'm going to go Mizzou here. I'm going to go Missouri here.
Yes, I'm going Mizzou. We're the SEC. We're better than you, and we know it.
That's not my logic, but I'm going Mizzou.
I just, I just
don't believe. Said Army.
I don't believe in Missouri's defense at all. Like
I know.
Gosh, this is tough, man, because Army's offense isn't particularly great, but they're at least tough-minded. They're going to be running a lot of that triple option stuff. I'm going to go Missouri, too. I don't love that pick, but I'm going to go Missouri as well. I don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, Army's been kind of tough this year, bro. Like,
yeah, they have. But I'm just like, Missouri's defense is so bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know Walt, but I'm the host. I kind of got to go first. Sucks. He says, "Don't pick until B Will picks."
Let's go, y'all. Good. I'm picking Army. Army. Of everybody,
that's probably a smart pick
in bowl season. They would have the least defections and transfers because they aren't the type of talent usually that has a lot of options. So
Fair enough.
Mizzou had at least a couple of defections. I know Tyler Beatty is declaring, but I don't know.
Oh,
if he's
Beatty's not
gonna play the
playing?
game. I don't know.
Oh,
I
that
have
would
no idea.
definitely change. Hold on, cuz.
Oh, no,
I have
if
no
Beatty's
idea,
not
bro.
playing, there's no way I'm picking Missouri.
Bro,
I have no idea, but I do know that a team that runs triple option that will possess the ball a long time against a defense that can't tackle. That's just I just off principle, man. I can't. I watch Missouri all year. Matter of fact, they blew one of my picks when Ben would be Will. They were supposed to beat Boston College and they lost in overtime, but Boston College scored a bunch of points on them, and Boston College could barely score the whole year. I can't trust them. They haven't earned my trust. So this is the first time me and C we're all for the first time. So this will be a difference maker.
They blew out Georgia State. They
blew
beat
out Georgia State.
They
We did not.
beat Western Kentucky.
That's right.
It's been tough, right? They played Wisconsin within 6 points. They beat Air Force. They scored 56 points on Wake Forest.
Which is not too big of a deal because their
Right.
defense is probably worse than Missouri's.
You know,
They beat Liberty though, soundly.
they did.
At
I
Liberty.
mean, I mean,
31.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
all
know,
signs,
cuz, like I
all
said-
signs point to Army.
I
But
about to say, yeah. Like I said, Tyler Beatty was kind of the only thing that I was kind of hanging my hat on for the Missouri maybe having enough offense to outscore.
I think he is going to play.
Oh no, cuz I mean I already made my pick, but I really feel like waffling on that now. But
yeah, you can waffle.
Hey, Missouri could surprise. They beat Florida.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you just never know. You just never know.
Florida,
As far as athletes on the field, Florida and Army shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
athletes and effort are way different things.
Hey,
They
Florida
are.
made a bowl game. Let's put some respect on their name.
No,
I don't know about respect.
no.
You can mention their name.
That's what it takes to get respect in Florida these days.
Listen,
Made a bowl.
I'm already down big, man. Put me for Army, bro. I'm not going with Missouri.
Let's
man.
go.
Yeah, I'm already down.
Army
big.
side, baby.
You going Army? All right.
Yeah.
Missouri, we're better than you. We know it. SEC. That's the new conference slogan.
Man, gone. We're absorbing Texas. Do we really know that we're better than anybody? They're gonna bring us down, man.
No, we're going to bring them up.
Oh, okay.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't like changing my pick, but I'm definitely changing it this time. I said that. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Mizzou with no confidence at all.
Mhm.
I just
Caesar,
don't like Missouri's
Caesar,
defense.
Caesar.
UCF. Speaking of which,
Ooh.
Florida, we're better than you, and we know it.
the Fighting Malzahns will play
Hell,
Florida.
Gus. Listen, Gus. Not rooting for you.
I'm here for the comment section. What do you guys think? I'm here for
Florida.
the comment section.
Florida.
I want to see the petty. I want to see you guys be petty.
Florida's on a win streak, right? They're on a 2-game win streak.
Well, they had a cupcake before the last game, and then the last game was a terrible Florida State team. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're playing not a mediocre
Walt
UCF
got
team.
UCF.
Walt, why?
Because he's a
Did
Gus
you
guy.
see Florida?
Why?
Emory Jones left, who was terrible. Richardson is
Yeah.
there. I don't know if he is.
You're
hurting?
talking about common
Injured?
sense, though. I'm talking about emotions. That ain't guy.
Oh yeah, and then I don't even know if Copeland is still gonna be there for Florida. He
Right.
entered the transfer portal.
And that's the really tricky thing about bowl
Who's
season.
playing? Who's playing quarterback for UCF?
It's a good
One of
question.
the two guys have been playing most of the year.
Yeah, it's not like they.
So it's not like a new person because when Gabriel got hurt, they went back and forth. I think two different guys got snaps, neither of which was Joey Gatewood, by the way, which is interesting.
Good. It's a bowl game. Gus F's this one up. They lose because of Gus. Let's go. I mean, the bowl record is terrible.
Listen,
guys. Come on, man.
listen. That's a point to be made here. You can't trust Gus in a bowl game.
That's not a bad point. That's not bad.
Yeah,
You
He
cannot trust him.
He outcoaches himself in this one. I'm going with you. I'm going with Florida. I don't care if Florida plays
Who's
four
gonna be
offensive linemen.
coaching for Florida?
Knox.
That's
The
a
same,
good
the
point.
same guy who
Knox.
coached against Florida State. Yeah, Greg Knox, our former wide receiver coach.
Yeah, I'm going UCF.
Yeah, I'm going UCF.
All right. Just remember, I told y'all we're
Yeah,
the SEC.
I remember.
We're better.
That's a fact. There's just not
Yeah,
better.
I'm
than
going.
these two
I'm
games.
going. I'm gonna remove. Listen, I'm going straight elitist in all these picks. The hell with every other conference.
B,
It is bowl season.
I'm either going to lose to you in epic fashion or beat you in epic fashion. I'm going Florida here.
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's
go.
do it.
He's coming over to the dark side.
Let's do it.
That's
Pick
what
all
that side
SEC
is?
teams, baby. Yes, pick all SEC. Let's piss them off. Let's piss everybody off.
I just all the times I've trusted Gus to win a game that this is a big game for UCF, despite what's going on in Florida. And when it comes to big games and Gus and bowl games,
Listen, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I have zero faith in
The biggest thing for me is that Florida is losing talent off of a mediocre team to the transfer portal. They are losing starters off of a mediocre team to the transfer portal. Now it's not. I mean, we are too.
Go, man. Go enjoy yourself, man.
Oh heck yeah, man!
You know where to find us.
Oh, Biloxi, put it all on black, bro.
So now what I'm
All
wondering
on
is,
black.
what is the talent differential between this UCF team and a bad and also depleted Florida team? And that's what we don't know, because we don't know what Florida had on the bench behind the guys who were having a mediocre season. It's really a toss up, man. All these are really kind of toss ups, but I'm just banking against the team I saw be bad for most of the year and also lost talent.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
North Carolina versus South Carolina. I got North Carolina.
This is a very interesting one as
South Carolina, let's go, baby. South.
I got North Carolina.
Home of Spencer Rattler.
Well, let me pull back my prediction. Let me pull my back. The quarterback is still playing for North Carolina, right?
Sam Howell. Yes, I believe he will still be there.
He had a mediocre enough season. He's got to play, yeah. So, but wait, you skipped one, because I think you went forward to the 30th, which is North Carolina, South Carolina. On the
I'm not going in dates. I'm not going dates.
Oh, okay. I was doing it by
dates.
order. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. No, we got quite a bit to cover. I'm leaning North Carolina here. Ike.
This is a tough one because North Carolina's defense is kind of trash. South Carolina, I'm going to say this after us losing to them, they're pretty mid.
You struggle through the truth, Ike. You can say it still.
I'm not is Van gonna play in this game? Like he was talking about possibly leaving and going pro.
The receiver for South Carolina.
So I don't know if he's gonna actually play. The running back, that not Harris, the other one that
Davis?
was killing us.
I know you talking about
something White. Zaquandre White.
Yeah.
I think he declared for the draft. So he may not play in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to go North Carolina on this one as well.
Yeah.
I haven't picked an SEC school yet. What the heck, man?
I don't know, man. B?
Now, South Carolina wants this game really badly.
Really bad.
But because didn't they play already this season once?
Yeah, listen. Shane Beamer he's got some momentum going down there in South Carolina. He's got people excited. You know, he's doing a little something down there. Then he went out and he picked up Spencer Rattler in the portal. Now I know a lot of people think that Rattler was on the downslide, but I think it's an upgrade from what they had. Right, like so.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
What they had, so he got better.
But as we said before early in the show, it's relative, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Sure. Well, that's all you can do is get better than where you're at, right?
Yeah,
so
they were playing a walk on, or a grad student or some bullshit.
Grad transfer, they had a year eligibility left.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I like the energy that Shane Beamer. I thought he was kind of a weird dude at first. I think he's still weird, but like,
I thought it at first. I still think it.
Yeah.
At one point in time, I thought what I still think.
I used to think that, and nothing's changed. He's done nothing to make me not think he's weird.
All right, but but his weirdness is growing on me. Like I do like what he's doing down there. People seem to have bought in. people have seemed
Yeah.
to bought in there at South Carolina to his process, man. So
And
there's
Clemson
something about
seems like
buy-in.
they're falling apart. So
Yeah, there's something about having buy-in,
Yeah, man.
right? That I believe in. So I'm going with Southie on this one. South Cadillac.
So we got all the picks in. I'm North Carolina.
I bet
I
you
didn't,
gotta
uh,
go yet. B didn't pick yet.
Oh man,
BB doing all his
there is
homework while we
something to
picking.
momentum. No, I'm writing down the picks, so I'm keeping track.
While we be freestyling.
No.
ahead, B.
I'm all I got is their win-loss and trying to remember the games I watched each team play throughout the season. So Mike got South Carolina. I'm tempted to go South Carolina because I think there is something to the motivation of ending the year on a high note for a coach that is currently building the program. Had some good transfer pickups, recruiting pretty good for South Carolina so far. There's a lot to that and building positive momentum going forward. Also, North Carolina was supposed to have a lot better season than they did.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And
with all them Heisman hype.
yeah, and Mac, what's his name? The coach from Texas,
Mac Brown.
Mac Brown. He's a player's coach too. Players
For
like his coach, and I think bowl games that kind of shows up more than other places. Man, it's loose, and if you're a loose coaching, the locker room is loose. Everybody's feeling good. That goes a long way for this game. This is really a toss up. These bowl games are tough, man. This is a toss up like a mug.
I get you. You gotta pick.
Mhm.
Gotta pick one.
Gotta pick.
Gotta pick it.
I'm gonna go South Carolina, man.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Prove
It's
it.
like, yes, go the opposite direction of me.
We're opposite on everything so far, ain't we? See? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Actually,
yes,
we
you
have.
are. Yeah.
We have. Ethan, appreciate you. I know it's a real thing, but do we really want our trophy case?
Yes. For sure. 100%. I
Don't
want the
cheat up.
I want that trophy
on a Tuesday
with-
afternoon.
Yeah.
The sun is
Yeah,
out.
I want that trophy with Vulcan flashing everybody.
The Vulcan. I posted that on Twitter, the picture of that trophy.
Oh,
And I got an education for some people. People were like, "Do you really not know what the Vulcan is?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before, but I mean, does that excuse him having his whole ass out?"
No, it's still a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Still a thing. Listen, let's take a pause here, guys. Again, get the thumbs up for us. We greatly appreciate it if you do that. Let us know so far what you think about the games that we previewed, who wins, who loses. We're going to pause right now to acknowledge Ethan Dawe, one of the sponsors of the War Rapport.
All right, business owners, high-income professionals, listen up. Have you ever considered that by funding a 401k or IRA, you are potentially creating a massive tax burden when you retire? Contrary to what you hear from traditional advisors and accountants, 401k or IRA do not save on taxes. It postpones the tax and tax calculation. Wealthy people don't have access to some special tax code. They use financial products, parts of the tax code that are available to everyone, including you and strategy. Would you like to learn how to take advantage of the tax code? All right, well, check this out. Our guy, Ethan Dawe, the owner of Innovative Financial Solutions, has clients throughout the USA and is a nationally recognized expert in the veterinary community. You know how we love to say puppies. So contact Ethan at 251-243-6038 or email him, ethan@ethandawe.com. Ethan Dawe is your alternative to traditional financial planning. Tell him the War Rapport sent you.
All right, man. Y'all know what time it is. We're at the top of the hour. So we're going to give away stuff. Lobtown hoodie for your winter wear.
Winter
We
wear.
Currently have 59 entries.
Really?
That's like
like
half
the-
of the people that are here. That ain't terrible.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, I guess.
Okay,
All
all
right. Fair enough.
All right, I'm not gonna wait no whole long time, man. You get your weight up in the comments. You got 10 seconds, and I'm gonna hit the button. 5, 4. I don't care. Go. Let's see who's gonna win this thing. We got a lot of people
Lamori.
to get through, man.
Corey.
Lamori's.
Chase.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh,
I know he's
Chase.
here. He just commented just
Yeah,
as
said he
Chase.
gone.
He's
And
he
Chase
going
said
right
Corey.
there. I know how to get in contact with you.
I'm about to say you
Chase,
good.
text
Yeah,
me.
well, we ain't even got to send you no one. Yeah.
Wasting a graphic on you, bro. Text me. I'll get you that. I'll get you that. If you guys don't know, go check out Chase, Infinite Auburn. Chase, he's on YouTube as well. Congratulations to Chase. He just recently crossed the 1,000 subscriber mark. For those of you who don't know, it is very, very difficult to get that first 1,000 subscribers. Less than 5% of YouTube channels ever accomplish that. There are over 38 million YouTube channels. Not a lot of people do it. So congratulations to Chase on crossing 1,000 subscribers. Please go over whenever you get that notification. Go over to his channel, turn on all notifications. Every time you guys watch one of our videos, it helps us bring you more content. So that goes not only for us, but for our content creator community, which is Chase, Vernon at Vernon Speak Sports, and Zach Blackerby over at Locked On Auburn. So love those guys. Help support the Auburn family. Watch a video. Click the like, thumbs up.
For sure. Let's get back to it, guys. Let's talk. Let's go to the next game in our list, and this could be a shootout. We don't know. Mississippi State and Texas Tech. There's the line there, and the Football Power Index likes Mississippi State 68% chance of winning.
Listen, air raid versus air raid. These matchups are made in heaven.
Yeah, man.
These are some great
I think
matchups.
the air raid is going to be too much for one of these teams.
Oh man, listen. Kitley is going to Texas Tech. Who we heard through the grapevine had got an offer to be offensive coordinator at Auburn and turned it down for this Texas Tech job. So that being said, Mike Leach versus, throw it 60 times a game. No, not a single run will be had in this game. I swear. If there are more than 30 combined run yards in this game total by these teams, I would be shocked.
Let me say this though.
Texas Tech's a little more balanced than
I've seen Leach run the ball. I've seen Leach run the ball more than I have in years past.
Okay.
So he will run it a few times. He ran it a couple of times down the stretch against us. So I know what he's known for. He's definitely going more pass than run. Obviously, it's going to be definitely slanted towards the pass, but he will run the ball.
Yeah.
And to Ike's point, Texas Tech is a lot more balanced.
They still going to throw it 60 times though. The only reason they're going to run the ball is because they're going to run 90 plays if things go well. I'm going Texas Tech on this one. I'm not sorry. I said Mississippi State. I'm going Mississippi State on this one. Yeah, I think I'm not betting against Will Rogers. I am a huge
I think
fan
Will
of
Rogers is a surgeon, man. So
yeah, I just
Texas Tech doesn't have a coach though, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
They fired their head coach, and the guy you mentioned is coming there because of the new hire, right?
Correct. Right. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm going Mississippi State here. I am a big fan of Will Rogers. I love watching great players be great. As Ike said, he is a surgeon. And can carve you up, if you give him time. He did it to almost everybody. Only one team this year held Will Rogers under 300 yards passing. One, NC State. That was the only school. Yeah, it was 200. I think it was like 280 something yards.
Half.
Yeah,
we did it for half.
Wow, man. Yeah. Even Bama. He put 300 on Bama. He just put 300 to 400 on everybody. Mississippi State, man. Come on, dude. SEC, we're better than you. We know it.
I got Mississippi State on this one. B.
Yeah, I got Mississippi State too. Texas Tech wasn't great, and they also loss of coaches, man, staff discontinuity. I never liked that, so I'm going Mississippi State.
Yeah, I'm going Mississippi State as well. It's first time everybody agrees on one, but Mississippi State.
We're probably going to agree on this one too, but we'll see. Tennessee. Look at the line there. Tennessee versus Purdue.
Elijah Canyon's going to be available for the bowl game. I'm just playing.
I would love to see that, actually. How great would that be?
I actually would like to see that.
How great would that be?
It's a pretty even game. They're only giving Tennessee a 51% chance of winning this game. So, according to the Football Power Index, but I think it should be better. Yeah.
Hooker's coming back for his COVID year, I think I saw recently.
He should.
Yeah, I think he should.
They got some good momentum. I think he was good there.
Yeah,
I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee in this game.
Yeah,
Any Purdue takers here amongst
balls,
us?
baby.
Come on, B. You can do it, B. You can do it.
They did play certain teams a lot better than they had. They're kind of scrummaging for talent all around the country to come there and build up the program. And they got a couple wins that they probably nobody would have thought that they were going to get at the beginning of the year. But I think Tennessee was humming, man. I mean, Georgia's a different monster, so I didn't really expect them to beat Georgia. But I mean, they put up a better fight against Georgia than we did. Yeah,
I think what's interesting about Purdue is, I went and looked at their stuff. I was talking about who's going to be throwing the ball to them. This kid's got over 3,000 yards this season passing, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for O'Connell. But, they're averaging 424 yards per game, but only 27.5 points. So,
red zone woes.
Yeah, they're moving the ball a lot, but they're not scoring a ton. And I think that's going to be you're going to have to put up points against Tennessee, point blank, period.
Yeah, that's fact.
Great.
Because I just think Tennessee can score. They can, they proved it. They can score on just about anybody, including Georgia, right? Now Georgia didn't score a ton of points against Georgia, but that's because they're Georgia. But Tennessee's offense, I think, can move the ball on just about anybody. I'm going to go Tennessee as well.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game. This is another interesting matchup. LSU. I don't know why they didn't just went ahead and make this a pick'em game, but whatever. We'll go with the +1. LSU versus Kansas State, and Football Power Index is a little bit kind to LSU. 54.8% chance of winning this game.
Max Johnson is gone though, baby.
So Miles Brennan got hurt. Is he healthy and available, or is he still out?
That would be interesting to see.
Let me find that out real quick.
Yeah, would he? Is there a chance he could start this game? Because I loved Miles Brennan. Upside.
You was actually a big Miles Brennan fan. Before he got out. Before he got injured.
Yeah, I mean he was leading the SEC in total yards.
Miles Brennan won't play in the Texas Bowl.
So who's the quarterback? The other kid that the touted recruit that they got coming in.
He did get a couple. He got some reps this year.
What an awesome opportunity for him.
He's got an arm though. That's
dude. I've heard good things about this kid.
An awesome opportunity for him.
Still young though. Still young.
I'm not a believer in Kansas State's defense. I'm going to go LSU reluctantly.
I'm going LSU too. LSU.
Dang it. I can't part ways with you, B. I was leaning LSU. All right.
Hold on.
Well, you thinking about going
LSU? We just got to talk for a second.
Okay. I was like, what else is about to happen here?
All season long, I have picked you. When I have picked you, you have burned me. When I have not picked you, you have still burned me. At the end of the season, I put my faith in you to make a bowl game, and you came through. This is your last chance. This is our last chance to be together.
He can't play this game, right? He's in the portal.
Who?
No, Boute's.
He's not in the portal.
He's hurt.
He was hurt.
That's right.
And he put himself in the portal. He didn't play the last half of the season. So,
anyway,
so LSU, this is it, baby. This is our last chance to make it work. A pick'em game versus Kansas State, and you have to bring this home, not just for me, but for our kids, the rest of the SEC.
Lord,
we're better than you, and we know it. We're the SEC. Now I know you don't have a coach. I know Daddy left. I know he left, and it's rough, right? But it's okay. Adversity makes champions. You can be the champion of whatever the hell this bowl game is.
That's it?
The Toilet Bowl?
The Texas Bowl, I think.
The Texas Bowl? Okay, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, LSU. I pick you. I choose you. All season long, I have chosen you. I choose you.
This is a lot.
I choose you. Come on, LSU. Let's go. I know it.
All right.
No quarterback, no coach, no nothing.
Mike
I'm
G's
choosing
love
so
LSU.
This is unconditional love. This is
So
unconditional love, guys.
so I can be. Who's going to tell them that they're probably not listening to any of this?
They heard it in the spirit.
Somebody heard it.
Vibes. It's out there in the universe. I need LSU. Come on, man.
Okay,
Let's go.
All right, then.
Conference supremacy. We need it. I doomed him, David.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Did I doom him? Oh man.
All right, let's get to the next one. Penn State versus Arkansas, and I got the lines kind of messed up there, but
Oh man, this is Sean Clifford versus Johnson, right? KJ Johnson,
yes,
Jefferson.
KJ Jefferson. Clifford's coming back.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, he's coming back for his.
He's
fifth
coming
year.
back.
super senior.
Yep.
year.
So we'll see him again next season on the
year.
Plains.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I like Arkansas on this one.
I like Arkansas too.
Penn State kind of on a downslide at the end of the season, right? Like
This team, Penn State is vulnerable against the run, right? What frustrated us is that we didn't run the ball enough. Illinois went into their house with nothing but a running game.
Yep.
And managed to beat them.
mm-hmm.
Arkansas can run the ball really well
They can throw a little.
and can throw based off of what they do with the run.
Now Burks
I
has
think-
declared, so he may not be playing.
Yeah, that was really the only thing I was going to mention is that their major offensive weapon as a wide receiver is
He's
not
gone.
going to be there. I don't know that he's going to play in this game. So that's the only thing that gives me pause in this one. And they're hemorrhaging like like a lot of their backup talent.
Yeah, a lot
is
of-
like transfer portal city. So that's really
Yeesh.
that's the
This does become a lot more trickier then.
yeah.
I mean, Penn
now-
State's got a couple of pro prospects that are sitting out too. Not
Yeah, I
a
was
lot,
about to say,
but
the
one or
question
two.
is, what's the kid's name? The wide receiver at Penn State,
Dotson.
Dotson. Is he going to play in this game?
That's a good question.
If he doesn't play, then Penn State's major, offensive weapon at wide receiver is not going to be there. So you have Burks not playing, and then possibly Dotson not playing as well.
Can we
I'm
find
gonna-
out real quick?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. I think I'm going to still go Arkansas just because of the run game. Yeah, but if Jahan Dotson's not playing, I don't know that Penn State has a prayer. Just because I don't think that they can run the ball well enough to make Arkansas be honest defensively.
Let's see here.
Of
James
course,
Franklin
James
won't
Franklin's not
say.
saying.
Yeah, won't
I
say
bet-
John
I bet
Dotson
you-
is
I
playing
bet
in
you
the Outback
won't.
Bowl.
I bet you won't.
I think that's a no that he's playing. I think he's not playing.
You think
He's
so?
going pro. Is he definitely going pro?
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to the league. Yeah, this is.
I think
He's
Brisker's
not coming
going
back
to the
next year.
league. That safety they got.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
not
give me-
playing.
give me
Is
Archie.
Brisker gonna play? Because Brisker's like one of their best defensive players. He's definitely going to the league this year. He was a senior, and he had a great season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm going Arkansas on this one.
Yeah, same.
Clifford said I'm going with the bacon bits.
Shout out to our guy Funny Man who has dubbed Arkansas Bacon Bits, and it has caught on around the country.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep for Arky.
Okay.
Yeah, is everybody picking Arkansas?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Let's see how true we stay with the SEC with this one. Wake
This
plays A&M.
This is a tough one for me, man, because A&M does not have a quarterback that has played a single down of football this season.
What we got, sirs?
Like
What we got?
I don't know that the guy who is going to start this game has played ever.
Yeah, I mean they got so many.
Maybe a
things
couple of
going
plays
on
when
there.
Calzada went out and he got hurt, but that's
Yeah.
it.
You can't. They got so many issues going on at Texas A&M. There's zero way you can pick them in this game. That's why I'm picking them. Texas A&M.
I was about to say he's definitely still picking them.
No, definitely picking them. Let's go. But the SEC, we're better than you.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Our best players are better than you.
Let me take a look at this game for a second. Y'all can go
All
ahead
right.
and pick
So
your picks.
one of the
Yeah,
things
I need to
that
look at something too. I'm
that's-
not all the way on
Can you imagine if
Wake
these late
Forest.
transfers could play in bowl games?
It would be
That'd be
interesting.
wild.
Oh, my
How
goodness.
do you even do that?
It would be the most interesting bowl season ever.
Wake Forest is giving up over 200 yards per game on the ground. Dang, Texas A&M could still win this game.
CJ Spiller
Like,
did declare, though. CJ Spiller did declare.
They still got A-Chain, though.
That's right. That's right. I really don't see how the defense that A&M puts on the field.
I say Texas A&M's defense is just that's what's going to keep them in this game. Wake can score like in bunches, but Texas.
But
A&M's
can they?
defense-
But okay, so we know A&M can run the ball. Wake's bad against the run. We know they're going to run the ball. So the biggest difference is, can Wake put up points on that defense? Because one thing that they've got that actually makes them likely to put up points on anybody are big wide receivers and an offense that attempts to throw the ball a lot. Like they're not. It's not like they got big wide receivers that are blocking all game and every now and then they have to go up for one. It's like, no, this is what they do. Texas A&M didn't play an offense like that all year. Well, they did. Bama's offense was kind of sort of like that. Not as pass happy as Wake's. And Bama did put up 38 on them.
They played Mississippi State.
That's true. They did play. How did they? Oh, yeah, they lost to Mississippi State. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going Texas A&M. I just believe in that defense too much,
Hey,
and I just don't know that Wake Forest has the physicality to be able to stop A&M in the run game, which is that Jimbo is just going to go run heavy on Wake, and if Wake commits too much to that, look for Widemeyer to find his hands, unlike he did in our game, and go nuts from the tight end position. So I'm going to go Texas A&M.
I ain't going Texas A&M. All right, so that's.
Y'all see how I'm actually making real picks today? Like I'm like giving analysis and stuff, man. Like, hey,
I'm not.
Look at me.
Mike already went Texas A&M.
I mean, I'm into it. I'm just not making real picks.
All right, I'm going Texas A&M too. I can't bank on Wake being able to stop a physical run game. I think that's you control the whole game with that. So
hold on, Felix, you're saying you were born in North Carolina in the area of Wake Forest? Because I saw you picked Wake. Is that
Or
what
Texas? She said I just don't like Texas.
Oh, you just don't like Texas. You were born in Texas. Gotcha.
Wow. Wake is like 100. And they're like in the bottom in terms of rush defense.
That's why I said they're giving up over 200 yards per game on the ground, man. Like I just
Interesting.
like even not having CJ Spiller is, but A-Chain is still a beast, bro.
No,
Like,
A-Chain is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't. I can't.
like I said, they don't have a quarterback that anybody knows about right now at Texas A&M, but I just have a feeling, Jimbo's going to get him ready enough to go play one game with a really great defense and a really great run game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm gonna have to go A&M here.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna have to go A&M. Yeah.
Y'all supposed to be more sensible than this.
Iowa versus Kentucky. Now, this is a very intriguing.
A very intriguing match.
By the way, I think I may want to change one of my picks. By the way,
No. Unless it's
Unless it's to the
opposite of
SEC.
mine. Yeah. Unless it's opposite of mine. You keep
it
your
is
picks
opposite
the
of
same.
yours. It
Okay.
is opposite of
All
yours.
right, then you're allowed.
I don't know why I thought Missouri was going to beat Army. I'm looking.
Hey, man, they still could, and then you're gonna be wishing you in. I mean, hey,
Army has the second best rush offense in the country, and
that's all they do is run the ball. They better.
Missouri has a worse rush defense than Wake Forest.
That's what I say. Missouri's defense is awful. I think that's really the only reason I even
I
struggle
am
with that pick
tripping.
is their defense.
I
is
am
awful.
tripping. I'm gonna have to go to Army on that one.
all right.
I'm gonna have to go Army.
B
on
is like,
that one.
man, well, I thought I was gonna get one up on you.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one. There's no way you can, in good faith, think that a very mid Missouri team can beat Army with those types of stats. Okay, Iowa, Kentucky.
I'm going UK on this one. I don't believe in Iowa's ability to put up points, and Kentucky has been an opportunistic team all season. They're not going to be. They didn't lose a ton in the transfer portal or people like not declaring that I know of. So I'm going to go Kentucky on this one.
Iowa is so suspect.
Their defense
This was
is usually very
This is
good.
the number 2 team in the country at some point.
Their defense actually is pretty good, though. Like I will say that they have a good defense. I don't know how they're doing on takeaways because
fairly good.
Levis is known to give a couple of them to the other team. He is 12 interceptions this season. But yeah, I'm still gonna go Kentucky on this one. I think
they got a good rush defense.
3 phases of the game, though. Kentucky just finds ways to do stuff.
This is a really good matchup.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really good matchups.
This is a really good this is a low scoring affair. I just think I trust if one of these teams needs to score, I trust Kentucky doing it before I trust Iowa.
I agree with you. But if one of these teams needs to not turn the ball over, it's not going to be Kentucky that is not turning the ball over. That's really the problem. If Kentucky didn't turn the ball over, they're 11-1.
Yeah.
If I could trust them, then they would be in a New Year's Six bowl, or possibly number 4. And if their only losses to Georgia, I don't know. But you can't trust them, man. Down the stretch, they stopped throwing downfield as much because Levis is shaky, throwing the ball down the field. But he's got all this rah energy. It's really good stuff. But they stopped trying to run. They blew out Louisville because Levis just ran wild on the ground all over Louisville. That's how they won that game. So I don't think they can do that against Iowa. And that's why this is really interesting to me. They're going to make him throw. They're going to make him throw. They're going to box up Rodriguez. But I can't see Iowa scoring actual American football points. I can't see it, man.
American football points.
They're really bad at offense.
Statements.
Oh man,
it's like they're running
hilarious.
Kirby's offense, right? Georgia and Iowa have the same offense essentially, except not the same athletes.
I about to say the athletes are the difference for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. Has everybody picked with me? Well, I got C with Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm Kentucky.
Mike's going Kentucky.
Okay, SEC, we're the best. All right, okay.
See? Now you catch all of it. Elitism.
Man. This is a hard pick. I cannot visually in my mind see Iowa throwing a touchdown.
To them. An American touchdown?
Yeah, not an American touchdown, man. I'm going to go Kentucky reluctantly, but it's not that Iowa's defense can score them points, give them really short fields, give them a few field goals alone. And that's how they won quite a few games. They blew out somebody this year. I think it was Penn State. No, they beat Penn State. They didn't blow them out, but that's how they won the really big matchups they did to get ranked number 2 in the college football playoff because their defense was scoring them points and doing a lot of work. I don't think you give them a month off and they can't do it again, but can I see it? I can't see it. I'm going Kentucky.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
A true pick'em game.
Here we
Baylor.
Here we go.
Ole Miss.
This should be fun. Matt Corral. Now, I had someone on the Twitters. Actually, he's a pretty big supporter of ours. I think his name is Chad Tracy. And he really felt like Corral got jobbed in the Heisman discussion and not making the finalists over Pickett from Pittsburgh, right? And I disagree with him. I didn't think that Corral put up Heisman numbers. Really, I mean, he had a great season. He did have a great season. I just didn't think they were Heisman numbers. But when you look at his rushing numbers, over 700 rushing yards this season for a quarterback, that's decent. this could be a potentially very high scoring, entertaining game. Chad, is Corral done after this year? Is this his last hurrah?
Pretty sure this is it for
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
His last hurrah.
Otherwise, there's no reason that some of the players that have been rumored to be going there would even be considering it. There's
I like Ole Miss in this one, man. I'm putting I'm putting my faith in Lane Kiffin, and his postseason play calling. I think he did a pretty good job with this team this year, all things considered. And they're 9-3. This would be 10-3. It's just what a great campaign it would be for him. Now, I'll tell you, it has not really paid dividends in recruiting for them. Really, it has not. That great season has not paid dividends in recruiting. So they've got some work to do in other areas. But yeah, I'm going with Ole Miss in this one. That Baylor-Oklahoma State game was entertaining. It was. Oklahoma State kind of beat themselves.
Is 10-2, not 9-3.
Oh, they're 10-2. Sorry. Yeah, 10-2. So like, yeah, I like Ole Miss in this one. Baylor, they won. They beat Oklahoma State, but what I saw Oklahoma State beat themselves with a lot of questionable stuff at the end of that game.
True.
So I'm going with Ole Miss in this one.
Ike,
I'm going Baylor. I think that Dave Aranda is a defensive-minded coach that will allow them to do enough to stifle the Ole Miss run game and dismantle what they want to do offensively. I'm going to go Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor. Going Baylor, man. Dave Aranda was the true MVP of LSU's season, in my opinion. I mean, Joe Burrows was actually MVP. No, let me not say that. I think Dave Aranda was a very good coach.
That's kind of blasphemous, B. But I hear what you're saying. Go off, though.
Yeah, the most underrated piece of that championship season. But, I mean, I think he's proven it 2 years, and then you're winning that conference. It's not like Oklahoma hadn't out-recruited Baylor. Every Oklahoma and Texas and Oklahoma State had all out-recruited Baylor. And what he did in that championship game was not just win it late. He won it because he turned their quarterback over. His defense turned that quarterback over several times, partially because that quarterback for OK State was bad. And Ole Miss's quarterback is not bad. I think he'll be more careful with the ball. But I think Aranda can win this game. And it's not because Ole Miss is terrible or they're overrated. I think they're fine. They're properly rated. You win all your games but Bama and Auburn.
I just don't like Ole Miss's defense. I never have this entire season.
That's really what it is. And what we saw from Baylor's offense, that was a true freshman because their quarterback was hurt. But I don't know, man. Like they seem to have competent offense.
Yeah.
Even though he's a defensive head coach, and I trust that. Getting a month to game plan for okay Ole Miss defense. Yeah, I'm taking Baylor.
Yeah, the reason why I'm going Baylor is, yes, they were playing with a true freshman in that game where they beat Oklahoma State. And the QB who hurt his hamstring is expected to be back, who can hurt you on the ground as well as through the air. Also, Baylor is top 20 in rush defense. What does Ole Miss like to do?
Yep.
Run the ball. I like this. This just sets up for Ole Miss to start off slow. Again, the thing about teams that pace and do what Ole Miss likes to do, these layoffs hurt these types of teams. So you come in with a team that has time to prepare for you. I like Baylor's chances in this game. They have more weapons available to them on offense. I'm going Baylor here. All right, let's go to this one here. Let's go to this one here. Georgia. Does Georgia bounce back?
I have such a rough time with this pick.
Yeah, this is the best chance I will not pick an SEC team.
I was about to say it because I really want to be an SEC homer here, but I really hate Georgia. And I just have a very tough time wishing them any level of success ever. Hence the reason why I refuse to actually give us a real pick in the SEC championship. You can't have two of the three teams that I despise the absolute most play in a game and expect me to care who wins it. I can't, It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna pick. I feel my petty rising.
Let the
And,
petty rise.
I'm going
Let
to
them
pick
use you.
Michigan.
Let 'em-
Just because I don't want Georgia to win. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with analysis. This ain't got nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I do not want Georgia to win anything ever. Michigan, bring it home, Harbaugh.
Okay.
I don't know. Mike?
I think Georgia's going to be possessed in this game because they
Right.
want to get back to the national championship so badly.
They got embarrassed, man. The last time on the field, they got embarrassed.
They
But I'm
did.
hoping that also means they're going to be looking ahead of this game and they're going to come out there flat. But I don't know, man. I'm still going Michigan. Screw it.
I just think if Georgia gets in a situation where they have to score,
Right.
It's going to be
That's-
interesting to see whether or not JT Daniels.
if
plays.
Georgia's offense has to do a little bit more because the defense is getting gashed a bit, what happens to Georgia? See, that was the worst. That was the perfect storm in the SEC championship against Bama.
Mhm.
Your secondary, which has not been tested, got tested early
That's
and
the
often.
thing. Like, Michigan's, they don't have Bryce Young.
Right.
They don't have a Bryce Young. They don't have
They got
a
a really good
Bryce
tight
Young.
end. They got a good tight end. They got a I would say a good offensive line. They're a balanced offense. They are not a very dynamic offense.
This is going to look
Which
like the
plays
first game
which
of the
plays
season.
into Georgia.
Georgia
I think
Clemson.
I'm gonna go Georgia here. I'm gonna go Georgia because of that, because the way the Nick Saban defense has been structured is that those offenses, like what Michigan likes to do, those defenses can handle those, but it takes a dynamic athlete at the QB position, preferably, or just a dynamic offense to keep a defense like that out of balance.
Mm.
And I don't think Michigan, with as good as they are, has that. I'm going to go Georgia in a close one.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to look like the Clemson Georgia game to start the season.
Definitely,
Low scoring, mash it out. And some people made the comment in the comment section have said Michigan's a run game, a run first team, which plays right into Georgia's hands because they are a run stopping defense. But I think Michigan's defense is really good as well. So
Right.
It is.
Yes. The question for me in this one is Stetson Bennett. Now, Ike tweeted this out earlier this season, and if I'm misquoting you, Ike, correct me. But the quote essentially said, what a luxury it must be to have a defense that just shuts people out until your offense gets their stuff together.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how they have lived all season. They have had some terrible offensive performances through the first 2.5 quarters of some of these games this year.
yeah,
Mhm.
And somewhere in the middle of the third quarter, their offense decides to start scoring, but the other team has still scored less than 7 points.
Yeah.
Insane. And it caught up with them in the SEC championship game, which is why I picked Bama, because I said if they're going to start this way again, I think Bama has a quarterback that can beat them. So what does Kirby Smart do here, right? And now you have a guy who was considered to be one of the only one of two tier 5 or tier 1, whichever one was the best, QBs returning in college football at the start of the season, and JT Daniels on the bench. If they start slow, does Kirby have the balls to sit Stetson and go a different direction to try to get a spark offensively? Because Michigan, they've got a lot of momentum. They're kind of on a roll at the end of the season. I just don't think they can do that whole we're not scoring for 2.5 quarters thing and win this game. They need to show up in the first half offensively in this game. So this is Georgia's chance to prove that this defense is legit. A lot of people felt like you played in the East, you didn't play nobody, and then the first time you played somebody, your defense got shredded. I still think that their defense is supremely talented. I'm begrudgingly going to go Georgia in this one, but I would not be surprised to see Michigan win this game.
I wouldn't either.
Right? Like, I mean, this should be the best game of the playoffs. This is, I mean, this is why I think we're somewhat lucky to have a playoff, because we would not have gotten this game.
Right.
I mean, we might have gotten this game, but it wouldn't have had the same.
Yeah, right. It wouldn't have been in. Yeah,
right.
Correct.
Right.
It would have been a New Year's Six game, but not with both these teams. Two teams deserve a chance at the national title, and in the old system, one of them would have been shut out.
Yeah.
Right.
But now we get to see it anyway. So I think we're looking at 2017 all over again. I'm gonna give Georgia the edge, but it's going to be a really exciting game to watch.
B.
I'm going Georgia too, for all the reasons y'all said. I think they've got some get back they want to get. And when the last time on the field you were embarrassed, and I don't think Georgia's offense is not what failed them, because they did what they had done all year. Their defense failed them in the SEC championship game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go up from giving up an average of less than a touchdown a game to giving up 41 points? Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, the guy who beat them though won the Heisman.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. So like, it's
I'm not saying
scrub.
Bama shouldn't have been able to put up.
When it comes to guys like that, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to attack those guys before they attack you. And Georgia, as you guys stated yesterday, I think Harper may have mentioned it. Mm-hmm. If Georgia's good at stopping people, not attacking them, right? They're good at reacting, but against a dynamic player like that kid at Bama, you can't react. I mean, he's just going to shred you. And so I don't think
not just that. I mean, Jameson Williams can take a slant and turn it into 80. Like, that's you got that type of skill position. He's
crazy.
It's something else, but I like Georgia to at least get their rematch. So I like them to get through Michigan and getting their rematch. But again, I'm with y'all. Michigan, y'all know I firmly believe
this game.
Whether they have been a incredible team for years or not, everybody can have their year. A team can just be the right pieces for the right coach at the right time and have their year. It is completely possible that Michigan can pull something miraculous and beat the top two SEC teams on the way to a national championship. That is within the realm of possibility. But I think Georgia's emotional edge here would be to get back to the championship game against Bama and salvage some of their pride. So I'm picking Georgia.
Sherman mentioned he's going with the khakis. That's hilarious as a reference to Harbaugh. All right. Any drama here?
Yeah.
You know what? I've been thinking about this, right? Okay, so Bama looked shaky on offense at the offensive line for a lot of the year. Their offensive line, Bryce Young got hit a lot. They had a lot of pressures on him. He performed very well in the place of facing pressure, blitzes, things like that. We had a really good game against that offensive line. We have very good defensive line and pass rushing talent. Now, we weren't using it all year. So what I'm trying to parse apart, is Alabama that vulnerable, or were we just a lot better at something that they weren't good at? Because again, we see, you just mentioned it. Roman Harper, before the SEC championship game, said, listen, Georgia's defense is great. They don't really have pass rushers. Auburn had it. Georgia doesn't. I like Bama to win this game. Like, yeah, but I don't know. And then sure enough, that one clip they kept showing of Jordan Davis looking just completely gassed. People were circulating that on Twitter because they were like, this is the guy who won the whatever award. And so he's, of course, as big as he is and just getting no push, just exhausted, like third quarter, not even making any progress on a pass rush. It's like, wow, Bama really did something here. The difference is I have no idea what Cincinnati has on D-line. I have no idea. I have not watched Cincinnati outside of about 5 quarters this season. I knew that they were turning in good performances, that they had some good games. They had some shaky ones too. I still absolutely believe they deserve to be in this game because whoever the fourth person was going to be, if it wasn't Cincinnati, would have been what? Notre Dame?
Baylor?
they would have lost. I don't know that anybody you put in this position would have had a better chance at beating Bama than Cincy does. So yes, give Cincy their shot, but also I don't know what Cincy can do as far as pass rush. You have to attack, like C just said, you have to attack a quarterback this good. Do they have the tools to do it? I think anybody, if you have the tools, you can get some pressure on this dude. Luke Fickell is actually a really good defensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's how he made that was his bread and butter at Ohio State. That's why they've been consistently good at Cincinnati since he's gotten there. I don't know if they have the tools, man, because now something that happens over the course of the season is you might be bad at something and then you get exposed, and then that's how you figure out how to fix it. Enough. We may have solved Alabama's offensive line troubles for them when we poked all those holes in the ship.
I mean, you would think they would have figured it out after Texas A&M if that's the case.
Right. I mean,
Texas A&M beat the stew down that offensive line's legs.
Alabama's offensive line is allowing a pressure rate on Bryce Young of 35%. The only chance that Cincinnati has in this game is to try to replicate what we did somehow.
Yeah.
Right.
And stank out of him and hope that Jamison Williams doesn't pop open over the top.
Right. And then you got to score. And you got to score.
Yeah. Right.
So 35% is obviously not good, right? That's not a good pressure rate. So if you're wondering, comparatively speaking, we allowed a pressure rate on Bo Nix of 26.6% last year. That's how bad pass protection was for Alabama this year.
Bryce Young was running for his life.
Almost 10% more of his dropbacks, he was under pressure. So under that metric, Bryce Young, while let me just say this. While being blitzed, people trying to get to him threw 19 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And 1,500 yards of his 43 came while under pressure. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So blitzing him has not necessarily panned out for a lot of teams. It just hasn't, because he just finds the guy. Or he has the athleticism to create something, time for his receivers, who then have the ability to be able to get open. In the Iron Bowl, his receivers had some key drops that kept them from being able to move the ball after he bought time.
Yep.
I think for Cincinnati to have a chance in this game, you need a perfect storm of defensive pressure versus drops by Alabama receivers and mistakes by them offensively. I just don't see it happening in this one.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. If anybody had the athletes to do it, I thought Georgia might. If we can do it, and I don't want to make it sound like our defense, like, oh, if we can do it, right? I think what we did to Bama in that Iron Bowl is indicative of the ceiling that this defense had last year. A phenomenal job by our guys. I don't want people to downplay what we did defensively in that game because of our overall record. We had a really, really good defense last year that just had some moments. They had some lapses, and some of it, their problems were losing time of possession because of how long they were on the field due to us not being able to move the ball. But with a little bit more balance on offense, this defense could have been all-time great. And they're close to something, and we showed that versus the best player in the country at home. I don't know if Cincinnati has the horses defensively, right? I don't know if they got the dogs to pull off what we did in the Iron Bowl. I just don't see it. So I'm gonna go with Bama on this one. This is playoff time, man. Bowl season. This is the time of year where great players win out. Stars perform, stars shine, stars win games at the end of the season. because coaching, there's nothing left. You're not playing for anything after this. So they pull out all the stops, and it really is just going to come down to who's got the better players and who executes better. Cincinnati's going to need help in this game. They're going to. Bama's going to have to trip up. They're going to have to hope that the layoff somehow they come out cold and and they're going to have to jump on them early and then hold on for dear life. That's the only way I see this playing out at the end of the game, because I just don't see, similar to how we watched this Auburn team get down last night, and there's a sense of hope. Somebody put in the comments that even the commentators, the Auburn commentators, thought the game was over when we got down like 17 or whatever.
13,
right? And there's something about great teams where you never lose a sense of hope that they can pull it off. This Alabama team had that sort of belief in themselves during the Iron Bowl, and it paid dividends for them in overtime. I did not like our chances in overtime. I'm surprised we pushed it to as many overtimes as we did.
right?
But bottom line for Cincinnati is they're completely outmatched in this game. Luke Fickell is going to have to coach the game of his life. They're really going to have to scheme up something, and if they get down, it's over. If they jump on them early, I still think it's going to be a close game, but they're going to be, it's again, how tight is he going to call the game if they're up 10 going into the fourth quarter? Does he play to not lose? Because if he does that, he's definitely going to lose. That's just my opinion. I think, if you're going to beat this team, you have to go balls to the wall. You cannot if you try to play ball control at the end of the game and run out the clock, Alabama's going to have to make mistakes. They got the best player in college football taking every snap. So, I don't, I just think they're going to need help. Bama by 3 touchdowns.
3.
You going, Ike?
I have not. Cincinnati.
Captain Petty.
I can give you reasons why I think it will happen, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to use any of that reasoning other than the fact that I'm not picking Bama. Cincinnati.
All right.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that for Cincy, a lot has to happen. Could happen, but a lot has to happen. And what we're not talking about is what is Cincy's offense going to do against Bama's defense, which has
Bama's
come
defense
on.
shows up every couple of games. I ain't believing in that crap either.
Yeah.
If Cincy can't move the ball, Cincy's going to have to play their best game and then hope for Bama to play not their best game and then have some luck mixed in.
Right.
I don't think all of those happen, and I think it gets close at times, but I do think Bama wins when it's all said and done. So I'm going Bama. B.
So people in the comments have already mentioned this, but since he has 2 outstanding cornerbacks, one of which won the Thorpe, Jamison Hill, I think he's a rare it doesn't matter type dude, because he's been playing against great talent all year. It hadn't really mattered. Bama's defense is hot and cold. Doesn't really matter. I don't think they did anything particularly special against Georgia. I think Georgia was exactly who they were all year on offense, but their offense, Alabama's offense, is what broke the mold in that game to give them that win. I get why the biggest focus would be what can Cincy's defense do against Alabama's offense. I completely understand that, because Alabama's offense is the one thing that has carried them through this entire season and through the best defense in college football. So it's fair to wonder if Cincy can put up any kind of fight against it. I also think it's fair to wonder whether Cincy's senior, very experienced and very successful quarterback will have a say in how long they can keep the ball away from that Alabama offense. We're sitting here talking about the value of experience, but Desmond Ridder has been there for a minute. They were really good last year. They played Georgia to within like a field goal in the bowl game. Their defense is, I can't tell you that they absolutely have the horses to play the type of game against the Alabama offense that we did. But I don't know that they don't. I've never been a believer that, oh, y'all are in a small conference, you must be bad. You must not be talented.
I'm not a Notre Dame believer, but Notre Dame is a Power 5 type of school that always has good talent. They beat them
soundly.
Yeah.
And even though Notre Dame's defense was really what was poor on them this year, they held Notre Dame's offense in check soundly at home for Notre Dame, which everybody knows what a home field advantage is. We just saw it live in the Iron Bowl, baby. That's not the same game at Bryant-Denny, and we know that.
Right.
So
yeah, for sure.
to get that type of success on the road against a good offense, man, I can't say that Cincy doesn't have a shot, but I also did just downplay Alabama's chances of beating Georgia in the SEC championship game.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, man, that was you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go Cincy.
Yeah,
right. Of nothing more than it's like 30% because I want the Cinderella story here. I want it. I want it in college football for a while. I am just not of the belief that we're the traditional program. What we've done over the last 30 years means we have to be the better team today. Like that, I don't believe that fundamentally. But also, there's some petty in here too.
Yeah, I like
mine is like 80% petty. I ain't even going front.
Yours is like 99% petty.
It's so funny.
I have logical reasons. I just don't need to give them because the petty is overwhelming.
Which brings your petty up.
Yeah,
Mike.
that's right. Yeah, that raises it to 99.
Yeah, man. Cincinnati has enough continuity and experience to be in this game and to win this game. Honestly, they do. And that is something I truly believe. Will Bama play a consistent 4 quarter? You would have to think, if anybody knows what he's doing here, of course, it's Nick Saban. He's been in these situations before, but it's just, I want the underdog to get a win on this stage so we can stop boxing these guys out. They're going to there's going to be one Cincinnati in Group of 5 probably each year.
Right.
And I want these guys to get a shot.
They're going to the Big 12 next.
They're going to the Big 12.
Well, I don't know if it's next year, but they are going to the Big 12.
Okay, well, maybe not so much Group of 5, but we understand what we're saying. A traditional powerhouse is going to box out what may be a very qualified non-traditionally powerhouse school. So I want them to get their shot. For everybody saying, oh, they're wasting the spot of somebody else, anybody could get waxed in this 4th spot by Bama. We've seen it year after year, whether it was Washington one year, it was Clemson in 2017. Cincinnati getting run off the field here does not mean that they didn't belong, because each Power 5 school they got on the field in these playoffs against Bama and other times Georgia or Clemson got embarrassed as well.
Yeah,
Michigan State. Yeah.
Oklahoma, don't matter who that number 4 spot was.
Didn't Ohio State get like goose egged in the playoff one year by Clemson?
Yeah, I thought it was Clemson that got goose egged. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was a beat down.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an all-time beat down.
So listen, if that game is acceptable for the playoffs, Cincinnati can get in here and get their cheeks clapped up too. No problem.
I don't know that a team that was number 4 has even had a prayer in any of these games so far since the playoff inception.
That's true. And I want to see that change, man. That's what's so good about the NCAA tournament basketball. That UMBC could beat Virginia. That could happen. That's a real thing. In football, it's much harder. It's much harder because you don't need 4 good guys can completely make a basketball team. 4 good guys isn't going to make an entire football team so good that you can beat somebody significantly better. But give them a shot. Why not, man?
I would argue in basketball, I mean, like in no other team sport can one guy make a bigger difference than in basketball.
Yes,
for sure.
Right. Like, so, one guy can completely change, and being able to see that guy on the big stage against some of these blue bloods is exciting, right? It adds an element to this tournament where the little guy makes it, exciting, and that's why people hate the SEC in football so much, right? Like a lot of our schools sit in fertile recruiting grounds, And
Yeah.
so there's a geographical advantage that a lot of these schools have in football because the best players are in their backyard. And a lot of these kids don't go very far from home to play.
Right.
So, people have learned to hate us because of how much we win. What was it? There was a streak of like 7 straight national titles or something crazy like that. How many did we win in a row?
2000.
2000, like 6,
5,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we were, unfortunately, we were the ones that didn't keep it going at 13.
Right.
Right. But an SEC team made it. Right. And then there was the playoff the following year. So, I mean, we grew a lot of haters during that time. And, this is our first chance really to get to see a team that, they did what they had to do all season long, which is you can only play your schedule. They won. Right. I didn't think that they would get in. B was confident they would get in. Hey, listen, they got in. Now play like your life's on the line. And this one, what do you have? I mean, nobody thought you would be here at the beginning of the season. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Nobody. It's not going to be a huge storyline if Cincinnati loses this game, but it will be the storyline of the century if they pull it off. Right? Lay it all. I'm not going to give Cincinnati a pep talk, but like, man, if I'm Luke Fickell, I'll be encouraging my guys to go out there and put it all on the line for this one. Let's go make history.
Yeah.
Right.
So it could happen. I mean, I know I picked Bama by 3, but at the end of the day, 3 touchdowns, but at the end of the day, anything can happen. And if they can get the ball bounces their way, man, like just some tipped passes or something, right? And they can capitalize on a little bit of the luck that will inevitably happen in that game. Maybe they can create some momentum early and hold on for dear life at the end of the game. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So B, you picked Cincinnati, Ike picked Cincinnati, and Mike and I picked Bama.
Bama.
So see, me and you have differed on enough things to where it's definitely going
We
to
will
not be the same.
We will have a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There will be a winner.
I predicted an undefeated SEC postseason.
All right, Mike. All right.
Which will all but ensure your defeat.
We win every game, baby. It's never happened. I don't know if it's ever happened.
If they do sweep, you will win though. I think.
Yeah.
Because you're not that far. You're not that far behind me and
3 or 4
B. So
games,
if you're right, then you do win.
The tiebreaker can be the
Championship game.
Championship game, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we got to have a tiebreaker. So this will be interesting. This is going to be what an interesting season this was. I know it didn't turn out the way that we wanted it, but they have a chance to end it on a high note. We still have to pick Auburn, obviously. We're not going to do that today, but does anybody know how to watch Thanos' commitment? I think we've reached that time.
I think he's just announcing it on IG.
Is it IG?
I thought it was roughly now.
Yeah.
While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and do this right here. Hashtag beat Houston in the comments to enter for the drawing for tickets to the Birmingham Bowl.
The Birmingham Bowl.
If y'all are still on here, there's 157 people still on. So one of y'all wants to go to this game. So go ahead, hashtag beat Houston in the comments. If you want to be able to get tickets for the Birmingham Bowl, we will be giving away a 3rd pair of tickets to this game because that's what we do over here at the War Rapport.
I can't find them on Insta.
See them flooding in right here. I am going to give you all a couple of minutes to make this happen.
Yeah.
Hashtag beat Houston in the comments to get tickets to the Birmingham Bowl. Because, that's how we get down with the War Rapport, man. We give away tickets, and it is that time for us to do this ticket giveaway. Birmingham Bowl. Hashtag Birmingham Bowl in the comments. Beat Houston, not Birmingham Bowl. Beat Houston in the comments to get in on this here drawing. Don't be putting your name in here if you don't intend to go to the game.
Yeah, all these tickets, these seats are together actually. So you guys will all be sitting together at the game, which we did on purpose. So Harsin made a comment about he wanted to sell this game out.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do it. So, yeah, we did our small part to help sell out the stadium. The tickets are reasonable for this game, but it's essentially in our backyard. This should be a home game for us. We should definitely have home field advantage in this game. So I hope everybody shows out and makes this thing loud, and let's make it tough on Houston, man. The crowd can play a factor, certainly.
All right, we got 31 entries.
We can get 50 people in here. Can we get 50 people in here?
Another 30 seconds to hop in
free
there. Like,
tickets?
listen, I mean,
Hey,
everybody
better
who's
chances
watching
for the
might not
people
be.
that are in there.
I'm saying everybody, there might not be people who are in traveling distance, so I ain't mad at it. But
True.
I'm gonna give y'all another 15 seconds to make an entry here because there is a slight lag. So if you're far behind and you are gonna be
There we
sharp
go.
here in just a second.
Hey, yo.
Here we go. I'm about to hit the button. Let's do it.
Who's it gonna be? Who's winning these tickets? K.E. Holt.
Where you at?
He just
I don't
put
recall
his
that
name
name,
in
really.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, like last one.
Yeah.
It matters. The last second. There we go.
There we go. Hashtag beat Houston. Congratulations, KE. Listen, we need to hear from you. So please, sir, do me a favor. Sign up for our email list. The link for our mailing list is in the About section of our YouTube channel. And also send us an email at business@thewarrapport.com. I need your email and I need your full name so that we can transfer those tickets to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Man, okay, so now that we've given away tickets, I know we're waiting on a commitment from Thanos. I do want to point out, like, this commitment, because he's a 4-star. Rivals has him rated as a 4-star. Will move us up the recruiting rankings potentially about pretty significantly from where we're at. We could move 3 or 4 spots in the recruiting rankings. Now, last night we kind of talked about how, these rankings are a little bit overrated, but I do want to point out that, Auburn currently has 11 4-stars in their recruiting class. And of all the schools in the top 25, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 schools have more 4-stars than we do. So this could rocket us up quite a bit. And we have an average star rating higher than 6 of the schools ranked in front of us. So this will also move that average up some as well, too. We sit behind some of these schools only because they have 4 or 5 more commits than we do. That's it. That's the only reason they're really ranked in front of us. But we have a higher average star rating. And so the way these recruiting services work, they assign a certain amount of points to each commit. So even if you have more commits, even if they're 3 stars, you're going to have more points.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So we just, I know it's fun to say, oh, we had a top 10 recruiting class, but, at the end of the day, it really comes down to how well did you fill your needs? This was a defensive heavy recruiting class. It felt like
It was.
For us, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
defensive
was.
heavy, right? So they may have to do some offensive work in and through the portal. But we just have to. It would just be a big commit, convincing these kids to come play for Auburn. If you're Derek Mason, how good do you feel right now with the talent that you have coming back and what you have coming in?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll be really interested to see. I've been told Drayshawn Miller is going to really get some burn in this bowl game. I'm excited to see that. He seems like a very humble kid, and he's been, he's been working really hard and keeping his head down. And he said openly on Twitter, "I'm just waiting my turn. I'm just waiting for my time to shine." So this bowl game, I know it's the Birmingham Bowl, guys, and it's not exciting, but it does mean a lot for a lot of these guys. This is an opportunity for a lot of them to do something, to get something on tape, to give the coaches something to consider going into next season. So it will give us definitely something to analyze and to talk about. And we are close to this commitment. So beside Thanos, B, who was it that we still have left on this on the docket? Potentially Trevante Citizen, which is another 4-star running back.
Trevante, go ahead, B.
I cannot think of who else. I mean, we're in it for a couple of offensive linemen that did not sign early, but we it's still a ways out. Those guys have essentially said, "Nah, y'all keep running after me. Let's see who wants to run the hardest." So I don't think we'll get any more strong commitments that aren't portal people in the next month and a half. It'll take all the way up until February.
Yeah, like now NIL. How much do you think? Like Ole Miss is coming off a 10-2 season, right? They are currently ranked 33rd in recruiting, which sounds crazy to me. But how much of this is NIL money drawing some of these kids to these different schools? Auburn has gotten pretty creative.
A lot of it is. That is the great equalizer is being able to put some money behind somebody. So, it is what it is. It's just it's a new day, man. People just gonna have to embrace it and get with it or get left behind.
Yeah, we've gotten creative. I've been impressed with Auburn's ability to be able to kind of stay ahead of the NIL race and then keep things on the up and up from a compliance standpoint. But Elaine did he was asked about it. He made a comment and just said, listen, it's an arms race out here right now, and we don't have that kind of money.
That's an excuse, though. Lane is making a bad excuse. He's making an excuse because it's always been behind the scenes money. Again, Jimbo said this out loud, and I'm glad he said it so we can say it. This has always happened. It just wasn't always legal, except now it's legal. The disadvantage of being Ole Miss is that Hugh Freeze had a great run. He basically paid for and got run off because he tried to pay for some really good players. But that class he had within Kim Diche and Chad Kelly and who was the wide receiver? Was it Treadwell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He turned
Laquan Treadwell.
He turned 3 or 4 really good recruit class into enough energy to beat Bama a couple times, but he could be good over the course of the whole season. You have to get those guys. Ole Miss's recruiting, I want to say their foundation as a university is not financially good enough to compete with other schools. That is the entire problem at Ole Miss and Mississippi State. The difference is Leach is like, just give me some guys. I'll make it happen with some guys.
He's never been. He's always done. He's always done more with less. But
right.
Listen, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I think he's supposed to announce after the Cowboys game. Someone said in the comment section, or the Giants game.
Yeah.
So it's
which
not
I think
right
is about
now.
To end. It's ending soon, if not probably just ended. So we'll reset and come back and talk about it after if he picks us. If he doesn't pick us, I'm not coming back to talk about that.
Yeah, still want to come back even if he talk about how pissed we are. But go ahead, Mike G, give people information on the perks of what it means to be an insider with the War Rapport.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for supporting our content. Thanks for being with us all season. $5.99. Become an insider. Join our community. Lots of perks. But most of all, you help us be able to continue bringing you guys this content weekly. We're working hard, guys. So January to July, hardest working content creators. So we're working hard for you guys. And also go check out our content creator community. That's Chase, Infinite Auburn, Vernon Speak Sports Auburn, and Lock On Auburn. Our guy, Zach Blackerby. We go on his show every Wednesday. Support the Lee County Humane Society. You can find this link in the About section of our YouTube channel. 50 cents on every dollar goes to them to help them #save all the puppies. Congratulations to our raffle winner. Both our raffle winners today. So Chase won the hoodie and the tickets went to our guy, K.E. Holt. We appreciate you guys. This is a small thank you that we give to you guys for tuning in faithfully every week. Like to thank our sponsor, BUSR. Go check them out at busr.com/rapport. Use promo code Thanks21. Every account you guys sign up for helps us by helping our sponsors so they stay on board because our community goes and signs up for our accounts. We appreciate you guys that do that. If you didn't win the sweatshirt, you can just buy one and support our content. So you can find this link in the About section of our YouTube channel, as well as our podcast on every single podcast platform. Last but not least, shout out to University Ace Hardware. Go check them out at 2101 East University Drive, Auburn, Alabama. They are a title sponsor. They have been a phenomenal partner for us this football season. And basketball is here, so we're going to keep it going. Shout out to Ace University Hardware.
Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, watching live as well as on replay. And while you're watching, do us a favor, share this video using hashtag Get Your Weight Up on your social media. Help people find us, help us grow this community. Before you get out of here, if you haven't done so already, get the likes up and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so. You can find us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and even Facebook at The War Rapport. We are TW Rapport on TikTok. Guys, maybe we'll see you soon. But if not, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.